Welcome back to another Red Bull review in partnership with Big Apple Sports Network. And yes, we've actually got a Red Bull review on a win. Hold on. There we go. We've actually got the right win. We were just reminding everyone of what disappointment it was against Montreal. But no, yeah, we have won a game of football. It has been 60 days. Yes, everyone is relieved. I was very relieved. I think Luke was when he woke up and see the score. So, was you smiling when you see your phone? What was you actually expecting to see on your phone when you woke up and was looking at the score?
It's become pretty normal to wake up disappointed, really, hasn't it? And it kind of become a general thing. Wake up, well, we lost the game, we didn't win. I woke up about 4 a.m. I think. I was in the hotel room, and it was boiling hot, so I woke up at 4 a.m. to the aircon on, and I saw the result. And thought, oh bloody hell, we won a game! Like,
Yeah.
oh shit, now, like, and I was still half expecting in the morning. I woke up, it would be like a dream, something like that. But no, we won a football match.
How 100%. And it couldn't have been a better way to start a 4-game homestand with obviously NYCFC up next. And just looking at our lineup for this game, and it was quite an interesting selection because obviously in previous games we've been going with quite a different back four or back five. Seems quite settled on this back five for this game, which was quite good. So obviously we had Carlos Coronel in goal. Our two wing backs was Cole Duncan and Andrew Gutman, which was expected. And then Andres Reyes made a return to the 11, as well as Sean Nealis, who is a great sight to see because centre backs have been far and few in between, and obviously Amro Tarek as well. So we actually had 3 centre halves starting at centre half. And then we had in the midfield, we had Sean Davis, the ever present, played every second this season. Carmona and Tolkien. So Tolkien's moved slowly up the pitch a bit with Gutman coming back in. So it's a very defensive system, but works very well offensively as well. And then obviously the two strikers as ever, Fabio and Klimala. And I think this lineup is not going out there to win 3-0. It's going out there to try and secure the back and make sure we don't concede as many goals. And with Sean Davis, obviously, in that midfield, we mentioned it quite a few times, a couple of times on the last few Red Bull reviews, but also in the podcast, that when Sean Davis was playing there with two more offensive players, sometimes with Carmona and Clark in front of him, he was left quite isolated and he was doing a lot of work for one person. And having John Tolkien as a defender step into that midfield, it gives a bit more security alongside Davis and helps us form a structured formation when, like, in defence or actually when we're counter-attacking, and we can have another quick player tuck in alongside Davis. So seeing Tolkien in midfield, are you quite surprised that he got the gig again in midfield, or you think it's good to keep Gutman at left wing back and have Tolkien in that midfield role?
I think you got to, when you want to try and get Gutman and Tolkien in both from the team, you're going to have to play someone else. You can't both play on that back. And I think you finally got some fit defenders, central defenders. So you're not going to play him at centre back when you finally got fit centre halves again. So he was obviously, I think John Tolkien was always going to be one playing in midfield. He did all right. I don't think that's his position long term, but I think he can do a job there at the moment.
No, yeah, 100% agree with you there. And no one can ever doubt John Tolkien because he come into the team at the beginning of the year as a 18-year-old. I think he's just turned 19. I think that's right. And obviously being a New Jersey native as well, everyone had hopes for him and his mullet. Okay, maybe now he's not got the fabulous mullet that we all come to love, and now he's more like Sim Shady. But he has played exceptional in the last few games, and the goal was a true testament to his ability. And I think looking at the game and in the 33rd minute, when Fabio lays it off into the box, you'd expect a player who normally plays at left back to hold the ball up, maybe just try and get a strike out. But he trusted his own footwork, danced around a few players, and then hit it low and hard between the goalkeeper's leg, which is a clinical number 9's finish. And you would expect someone of Klimala or Fabio's S to have a finish like that in the box. And you could see his face. There's a brilliant picture of him and Gutman where he don't know what to do. Tolkien has no idea what to do when he's going to score. He don't know what celebration or anything. What do you think, Luke, seeing Tolkien score? Would you have had smile on your face if you was watching it live?
Yeah, I think it's prone to his reaction and his celebration. He did not expect it. Like if we had a betting pool and you asked people like 100 people in the Red Bull community who would score a goal, not many people would bet on John Tolkien. But you would bet on Fabio, Caden, Clark, Kamala, Danny Roy. I think John Tolkien was so low, like it's unbelievable. But
Yeah, 100%. I think I had a flashback to the Orlando game where I said that if John Tolkien was going to score, I'd dye my hair blonde.
he's still doing it blonde?
No, that was sadly that was just a 90-minute deal. I might renew it depending, but there's no crazy outlandish things planned for the moment. But obviously he's gone from the mullet to the blonde. He's gone from defence to midfield. It's quite an interesting season so far for him. And then I think looking at the rest of the team, obviously there's one other standout player from that game, and it was Carlos Coronel in goal. Just looking at the stats of that game, and if you looked at the stats, you'd probably say, "Oh, did Coronel really have a great game?" Because like they didn't have that many shots. Obviously, we had 16, so they had 9. We had 5 on target. They only had 3, but all 3 of them shots on target, Coronel pulled off a great save. And on another day, another night, they could have easily had 3 goals to Crew. Zardes went 1-on-1 with him. He stood up big, stood up tall, brilliant save, stopped Zardes obviously scoring. Another one was Bradley Wright Phillips doing the typical Bradley Wright Phillips, little run to the near post, and just a little flick to that bottom corner. But Coronel got down really well to save it. And I think that was a thing where there was skeptics going into the game about Coronel, and I think he's proven people wrong. And good on him, because people have been I think there's been quite a few players this season that have had unfair stick placed on them, and Coronel's been one. I don't know what you think about Luke, but obviously he's growing in. He's never going to be a Robles, everyone knows that, but he's growing into the MLS, and I've got to say we've got a great keeper on our hands.
Yeah, I think because the club have been so lucky with Luis Robles for all those years, who was one of the best goalkeepers in MLS. He's not. He's a decent MLS goalkeeper and he does the job just fine. There've been times where he's been a bit suspect at times, but I mean, all in all, he's been unfairly criticised this season. People have been. He's very easy to blame, like a young person. New this year, he's quite an easy person to get blame, but I don't think. I think he's been decent enough this season, considering some of the shite he had in front of him this season.
Oh, no, yeah, 100% agree. And obviously, us picking up the 3 points in that game, it's brought us within 2 points of the Crew, which is massive with a game in hand. So, whereas before we were saying if we lose this game to the Crew, it's near enough game over. It was arguably saying, but now you're looking at the next 3 games where we're playing NYCFC, DC United, and the Fire. If we get 7 points out of that, I don't know if you agree, Luke, but 7 points, I think we're on a good streak then, 4 games undefeated, hopefully. But the playoffs are a massive possibility if we can pick up at least 9 to 10 points in this homestand.
Yeah, I think this homestand is vital. I think you beat Crew, that's a big game. Like I would argue, say that's bigger than NYCFC. Like Crew, NYCFC are going to make the playoffs. They're going to finish 3rd or 4th or 2nd, possibly. They're not going to be direct competition with us. Crew are. You beat Crew, you give yourself a good chance. You get a result up for Haddonfield Derby, and got a result up the next 2 homestands. You're going a good chance. Remember, there's actually a lot of the season left. People are writing this team off, and it's not over yet.
No, I 100% do agree. 100% agree. And at the end of the day, we've only played 19 matches so far this season.
34 matches in that season. And we know how crazy the MLS is. It's a crazy league. So, yes, we might not make the playoffs, but we'll talk about that after 34 games, not 19 games.
Fully agree with you there. And just the last thing to touch on for this Crew game, and it's going to be a new thing going forward where we're going to give our man of the match between us, and then just a little thing I'm going to say is obviously we've said already the 2 key performers, which was John Tolkien and Carlos Coronel. My man of the match is going to be Carlos Coronel. I think he had a lot of skepticism going into the game, and he pulled off 3 brilliant saves and kept a clean sheet, which is massive. So my man of the match is Carlos Coronel, with John Tolkien a very close second. Who's your man of the match for this game, Luke?
Yeah, I agree. I would go Carl Cornell. I think he was an excellent game and quite deserves the man of the match title for this game.
No, perfect. Yeah, and it's a nice, brief, short one for us today here at RBNY UK with the Red Bull review. In a couple of hours, so when this goes live at 7 p.m. British Summer Time or 2 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, our podcast will be up in a couple of hours on all major platforms and on YouTube as well, where we go in detail with the crew game. Look forward to the NYCFC match with UK NYCFC, which was a very interesting and quite a good half hour, 45-minute interview of him, which we look forward to bringing you. But obviously, yes, it is the Hudson River Derby this weekend. Yes, it's a massive game. Will there be a Red Bull review? Yes, of course there will be on Sunday. But it's a massive game. We can't wait to give you all the coverage for this. It's going to be a great one. And hopefully we get another 3 points. So from me and Luke, it's been a pleasure as always. And come on, Red Bulls.